Here is a little Unitech, little AM/FM or FM stereo receiver. It's totally dead. I thought maybe one of these. Wait for the Crossley spy plane to fly. Okay, I kind of picked a bad day to do this outside, but whatever, we'll make do. Thought the battery acid got to the got to the wires and corroded something at the switch down here. And I'm using my new camera. I'm using a Fujifilm F650. I'm able to do super macro with it in video, which is nice. I think this is the same camera Radio TV PhonoNut uses. You can see the board here. Kind of would be a pain in the butt to work on. You can see all the little. You can see there's a single IC down here, right down here. And there's all these little blue capacitors that are probably all shot. And there are some ceramic disc capacitors like right here, and there's another IC. Sorry about the wind noise. This is probably either this one or this one. Actually, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 ICs in here. So probably one of these is probably for the PLL synthesized. But first, let's take our cheap Walmart ohm meter and test it and see if the power switch has continuity. Okay, well, it appears I left the batteries, or I left this in the on position because this doesn't auto shut off, so you have to flip it to this setting up here, the off position. So, yeah, I'm going to have to replace the battery in it. I bought this at Walmart. I ended up having to cut the lead off. I needed it for something. Ended up splicing on another one. This is my junk meter. Here's that Harbor Freight drill. Anyway, so maybe if I find one of these at the flea market or at the thrift store, or if I find one on eBay for a cheap price that works, I may pick it up. But I think I'm gonna go EOL. Let's go EOL this thing. Let's sling it across the yard. I would try and fix this, but I don't think it's worth it. And frankly, this is kind of too new, I think. I think it is made in Korea. So it's probably made in the 80s, which that's a little too new. Well, actually, no, but I really don't feel like digging into this basket case of a radio or a receiver. I don't feel like checking all these little components that are all these little capacitors, resistors, and stuff. Because I like working on the big roomy metal chassis. Even the little Japanese radios, they're hard to work on. I like the big roomy metal hand-wired chassis. Now, circuit boards that are fairly new, that have good traces on them, that are spaced out, they're okay to work. They're reasonably okay to work on. But this, when it gets this small, they really just intended on you throwing this away and go buying another one. So, if one of these shows up on eBay, or if I find one local and it for a cheap price, I'll pick it up. But other than that, this thing's junk. You know how lovely that broke. Again, sorry about the wind noise. Okay. EOL complete. You can see how lovely made this is, too. So scrunched together. Just junk. In addition to that radio, here's the circuit out of one of those cheap little Chinese black and white TVs. Here's the cute little picture tube. I may sell this. Could probably use it. I think it's still good. This tab right here hasn't been broken off. Once this tab is broken off, or if you find a TV that this tab is broken off of, leave it. Just walk away. You can see this right here. This is the flyback transformer, and this is the anode cup. It has this, and this supplies the high voltage. And you can see all these lovely capacitors. You got these all these lovely Hong Sing capacitors. Hong Sing, yeah. And wow, Rubicon. Some more lovely capacitors. And this one's kind of funny. Hongguang. Hongguang. You know what makes it funny is they're just so cheap and crappy brands. Now this is 4.7 at 100 volts. I may pull this out of here, and you can see how this glue. I wonder if this stuff may have turned conductive over time. This may have turned conductive over time by who's sitting, and it might. Yeah, you never know because this stuff is slathered in it. Here's the main brains, if you will, the TV. These are okay, but they sold for really cheaply at the dollar stores and other stores for probably under 20 bucks up until the DTV transition in 2009, which whoever came up with that idea should be taken behind the barn and beaten. So honestly, analog TV is a lot better. Sure, the picture's more fuzzier or whatever, but at least with that you could get by with a snowy picture, because with digital it's either all or nothing. And then the streaming stuff, don't even get me started on that. That will just, yeah. You got all these trimmer adjustments. And again, sorry about the wind noise. It's extremely windy outside today. I think there's another cold front coming down here. This is the little socket right here. I may sell parts off of this thing. I may sell the picture tube. I may sell this whole board so you could fix you can swap boards. But there again, I may rob parts off of it. So, yeah, there you go. See this little area right here on the board? That looks like a little area where some of the glue or electrolyte from these capacitors, I think it's glue, that it turned conductive. Wonder if, I mean, this TV worked fine, but wonder if that did it in, and you got all this other lovely glue. Got the tuner module. Probably just take this out and you could just replace it, but why even bother? These sets are a dime a dozen. I did see a couple. I saw this weird branded one. I think it was only a TV, may have been a radio too, but I think it was just anyway, it was weird, and yeah, but it was all weird and stuff, but they had a Kobe and another unbranded one, as so many of these are. They're basically all made by the same company in China. Forget how much they wanted for them, but the line was long, and I figured, these are a dime a dozen, so I just left them there at the thrift store. But honestly, I should have got them because that was probably the only CRTs I found at that thrift store, because I don't think they accept big CRTs anymore, because I think these are a little bit easier to move and or store at the thrift store, so I had to go to the flea market to find that. So yeah, there you go. I'll get off my soapbox and go upload this video on my computer. Okay, see ya. Like I said, I may sell this board one day. If I do, I'll post a link to it. There you go. Okay, also, yesterday I went and picked up 2 TVs from a person I know. One was a 2004 Toshiba, I think a 14 or 20 inch DVD VCR combo TV. It works. It's my new daily use TV besides the Zenith. She also gave me this Samsung. She said it was dead. I got it home. It works fine. Just one of the HDMI port on the side just messed up. Probably a bad solder connection. So I have the Roku hooked up to it. See what it does. Has its little ding-dong turn-on sounds. I may put this. I may give this to. Ask her if she wants this back, and see it kind of stalls out there for a second, because this Roku has to power up because I have it running off its HDMI port, and I'm able to control the volume with this, so I don't have to get a remote. But one downside, see how I have it sitting on the couch. This is the stand. I need to buy a new stand, and this thing sounds like metal to me. It's really rigid plastic, but this plastic is very, very weird. It looks almost 3D printed, but anyway. I think I saw this in the Best Buy catalog. It's a 720p, I think, or something. It's an HD LCD TV. It cost $1,099.99 on Black Friday. So that means it's more, normally. And I'm surprised this thing still works. It just goes to show you can get one that's a lot better, or that has more resolution for half the price nowadays. That's even bigger. That just tells you how cheaper they've gotten. Because these were fairly new back in 2008. I think this is a 46 or 42 inch. You got live TV.
But we still need to cut this chassis apart. So now, where exactly do we cut the chassis? Looking at
and you got
surface, I can see that the metal is really
this channel where they take
Looking forward to that one.
some old rust bucket and turn it into some trash heap. So yeah. There you go. And here's that Toshiba TV. Stick a VHS tape in there and see what it does. It has a nice picture for what it is. It's an old football game from the 80s. Where's the volume?
Is this going to play much of a factor, you think, in the game, depending on who gets what end of the field the first half? Right. Well,
that black bar you see there, that's from the camera. So there you go. My camera's about out of time, so there you go.
Regarding the fact that